Hey everybody, it's old Watachi again, and I'm back out here in my old barn. It's cold. It's cold this morning. I don't know if that's light will die down enough so you can see there's snow on the cars out there, but it's where I'm allowed to smoke. I ain't allowed to smoke in the house, so I come out here. But that last video I did on Civil War in America and New World Order, I gotta say, it's the most views I've gotten on one video in less than 24 hours, and the least amount of people to comment on the video in that amount of time. Uh, just it kind of blows my mind because I figured I'd get all kinds of comments, but I didn't. I did get from one person saying, they'd feel the same way, but I was hoping for some other ones. But so I'm gonna kind of stick with that subject matter a little bit. You know, it's all, like I said in that video. It's all about the words, because everything you're doing that involves the government, you're signing a contract with them, and they're getting your name on a line somewhere. That even that line that you're signing on might not just be a solid line. If you actually blow it up, it could have stuff in that line itself, small print that you can't read, but you're signing to. Now, I know you people don't want to believe that your government would do that to you. No way, shape, or form. But they'll do it to you just like anybody else. You know, I've lived 56 years. I've had a lot of friends all over this country. And I still do, but some of them good friends that I've known all my life just end up backstabbing you. Just at any time, man. It's a joke. But our government's no different. Our government's no different. And you guys got to understand, they know you don't understand what jurisdiction you're being dealt with under. So they know there's no way you can even use the proceedings that are allowed for you to use, because you don't even know what they are. You might be able to beat your own case easily just by knowing the proceedings in a courtroom. Now, when you look into the Constitution, people, you got to understand. In the Constitution, there was only certain judges that are allowed, and they do have the power of the law behind them. There's a difference today. Most of these judges you go in front of, they're administrative at best judges. They're lower courts. They're not even constitutional. They're not even constitutional in the first place. And the people that work in them, just like I said, a lawyer. I dare anybody to show me a license to practice, and remember that word, practice, a license to practice law in any state in the United States of America. Just show me one license that comes from that state that you practice your law in. One license, one business license, let's say, to run that business in the state, just like everybody else. If they started their own business, they'd have to get a license from the state to run it. Show us one license from the state that any lawyer, judge, or prosecutor's office, anybody that works in the justice field that is a part of the Bar Association, show me one person that actually has a license from the state to do that job, to practice law. Just show me one. Because like I said before, words are important. Why would you put practicing in that, even in the statement of, lawyers telling people, well, you have to have a license to practice law in the state of Ohio or Pennsylvania or Kentucky or Tennessee or wherever you're going to practice law at. You can't just be a lawyer that comes from New York, goes fly out and to practice law in another state, supposedly. But they tell us that if I go in there trying to fight a ticket for my wife, and my wife gives me permission to do it, that I have to have a license to practice law in the United States. Well, I'm not practicing anything. When I go into a courtroom, I'm doing it. I'm not practicing it anymore. I'm doing it. It's just like with football, basketball, any sport. There's times when you practice, shit don't count. You're just out there practicing. You're practicing your moves, your shots, you're running, you're keeping yourself in shape. That's practicing. When you're in a game, you're no longer practicing. You're doing it. You're playing the game. You're doing it. So if a lawyer has a license to practice law, what does that even mean? Why would you need a license to practice? I guess you would say you was practicing it while you went to law school. That's where I would say you was practicing law, because you wasn't doing no cases or anything. So you was practicing. This is the things I'm talking about, people. That word, if you look into it, you're going to find that there is no such license to practice law in any state, not to practice law. So, anyone that wants to show me one, I definitely want to see it. But you ain't going to find one. But they'll tell you there's a license. But they're damn liars. But I'm trying to stay on subject because I can go off many directions on almost any subject. But I know in that video I was talking about, there's really not a whole lot left for us to do. The time for us to have stood up and done something about it was at least 50 years ago to stop all this. But that time's long past. We should have put a stop to this a long time ago. It was our job, if we wanted to be free, to stay on top of our government, and we didn't do it. We failed, and this is the outcome. And the outcome to us failing is the New World Order. That is it, people. There's no doubt about it. You're going to be forced to believe one religion. There's going to be one money. There's going to be one military and one government. That's it for the whole earth. That's what they want. And when that happens, you having these nice fancy cars, big old fancy houses, boats, airplanes, jet skis, snowmobiles, you going on these thousands and thousands of dollar vacations to different parts of the world, or just down to Florida or out to California. Not going to happen anymore, people, because you're not going to be able to travel like you travel now. They're going to spoon us all up into a few states. We're going to live like they do in China, stacked on top of each other in apartment complexes. Your whole family's going to live in one apartment. That's going to be the future. There ain't no way around it. And all these leftists, if they get their damn way, we're going to have communism. That's for sure. And these retards don't even know. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing when they're talking about wanting the crap that the Democrats want. Why would anybody want to give up their freaking freedoms for a party? Why would you want to force everybody else to live that way? You're not going to force. And I used in that other video 30%. I was so far off. I guarantee you, at best, or at worst in this country, 55% of us are not going to let you 45% clowns that want communism, socialism, homosexualism, and all that crap that goes with it, the raping of the children, the killing of the babies, all that crap that goes with it, we're not going to stand for it. You're going to have to kill us all. You're going to have to kill us all, because we aren't going to give up I'm not going to give up. And I know many, many people just like me that's not going to give up. Just walk in. Ain't going to happen. You're going to have to hunt us down and kill us. Because we're going to fight all the way to the end. That's a fact. All the way to the end. I will be fighting. This whole 2020 election has become such a horse and pony show, such a joke. And that's both parties. The whole thing has been made into such a joke that it's not even funny anymore. And you people need to, I don't know, are you guys not seeing what I'm seeing? Is my brain so gone that I'm seeing a whole other reality than what you guys are seeing? Because I don't understand it. It can't be real, people. This shit can't be real. There's no way it can be real. It's all a horse and pony show, people. We're all being duped once again. Well, I keep praying for all of us. I keep praying, but I don't even know why God would listen to one of them with the things that we allowing to happen in this country. If I was God, I wouldn't help us. I'd be sitting back laughing, going, hey, you made your bed, lie in it. Waller in it. You deserve everything that's coming. That's the way I would see it. I don't know how anybody could see it any different. But it still don't mean those of us that are believers and try to live that Christian life, we're going to be killed right along with it, but it don't mean we're going where the evil people, the devil's herd's going. That's for sure. I'm protected. I ain't always done good. I ain't always done right. But I have in a long time, that's been my goal. It didn't used to be. So you guys all got some holidays coming up here. I hope we can get through them without any major anythings. I don't want to see no more shootings. This is all getting stupid. But you guys, I'll see you out there on the next one. May God bless us all, because we're going to need it. Good day, people.